Hi, thanks for joining me for Tea and Poetry. I am so glad to be taking this break and to be just kind of relaxing, taking a moment to have my tea. Today I'm drinking a jasmine tea. I was drinking a jasmine tea, it's almost gone. But I'm also really excited to read this poem. It's by Nazim Hikmet, who is one of the great international poets of the 20th century. He's Turkish, probably the first modern Turkish poet. He's written lots of really beautiful poems, and he's a bit of a, he has a bit of a difficult life story. He was often in prison because he was often writing about political things and getting into trouble for that. Not just poems, but other things as well. So this is a poem called Unliving, which is such a great poem. Unliving. 1. Living is no laughing matter. You must live with great seriousness, like a squirrel, for example. I mean, without looking for something beyond and above living. I mean, living must be your whole occupation. Living is no laughing matter. You must take it seriously, so much so, and to such a degree, that, for example, your hands tied behind your back to the wall, or else in a laboratory, in your white coat and safety glasses, you can die for people, even for people whose faces you've never seen, even though you know living is the most real, the most beautiful thing. I mean, you must take living so seriously that even at 70, for example, you'll plant olive trees, and not for your children either, but because although you fear death, you don't believe it, because living, weighs heavier. 2. Let's say we're seriously ill and need surgery, which is to say we might not get up from the white table. Even though it's impossible not to feel sad about going a little too soon, we'll still laugh at the jokes being told. We'll still look out the window to see if it's raining, or still wait anxiously for the latest newscast. Let's say we're at the front for something worth fighting for, say. There, in the first offensive, on that very day, we might fall on our face, dead. We'll know this with a curious anger, but we'll still worry ourselves to death about the outcome of the war, which could last years. Let's say we're in prison and close to 50, and we have 18 more years, say, before the iron doors will open. We'll still live with the outside, with its people and animals, struggle and wind. With the outside, beyond the walls. However and wherever we are, we must live as if we will never die. 3. This earth will grow cold, a star among stars, and one of the smallest, a gilded mote on blue velvet. This, our great earth. This earth will grow cold one day, not like a block of ice, or a dead cloud even, but like an empty walnut. It will roll along in a pitch-black space. You must grieve for this right now. You have to feel this sorrow now, for the world must be loved this much if you're going to say, I lived. Oh, he's so amazing. I just love this poem. I love this narrator. I love how it's kind of, it's such a serious poem, but it's so funny. And I love these first 3 lines. Living is no laughing matter. You must live with great seriousness, like a squirrel, for example. I mean, where did he come up with that? And I love how he keeps saying, I mean, or let's say. I mean, it's so conversational. God, he just draws you in with this, a kind of conversational, engaging language and humor. And yet, it's the most touching, beautiful, serious poem about living, about life. I think I'm going to have to read more Nazim Hikmet in the afternoons over tea. Anyway. Okay, I think I'm going to have a little bit more of my tea, and then I'm going to go back to work. So I'll be back tomorrow with more tea and poetry. In the meantime, I hope you're